Each day, it looks like the divorce between Jeannie Mai and Jeezy is getting really nasty because new details are starting to emerge that just blew their marriage problems wide open and took the drama from being plain messy to being downright insane. Did Jeannie really step out on Jeezy? And why did Jeezy blindside Jeannie and play along as a respectful hubby, all the while conniving behind her back? Actually, there's a lot of he said, she said, and wow rumors, so let's break this mess down. In case y'all have not heard, rapper Young Jeezy filed for divorce from Jeannie a couple of days ago, and had the internet wondering what went wrong because they always felt like that cute couple who were obsessed with each other. People immediately started thinking of Jeezy as the victim because of the unforeseen way Jeezy filed for divorce and his history of walking out on his mates as soon as they had a baby. And guess what? Supposedly, Jeannie set up that she was getting disassociated along with the rest of us because she was fully blindsided that Jeezy had been conniving to divorce her for months. This made Jeezy look like the shamefaced party because how on earth you file for divorce without indeed having a discussion about it with your mate? People felt sorry for Jeannie because of this and because of how much she had offered for the marriage. In case you did not know, Jeannie used to be married to a white man named Freddie Hartai, and they were married for 11 times before she filed for divorce. And the reason their marriage ended was that he wanted to have kiddies, and Jeannie had decided that she'd never have kiddies no matter what. And if you're wondering why, this has a lot to do with Jeannie's experience growing up, because she had been a victim of SA. The content of having kiddies came similar to a big recreating issue in the marriage that she ultimately had to end it. Freddie ended up getting someone else pregnant a couple of weeks later after he and Jeannie broke up. And this broke Jeannie so bad that she pledged never to marry again. She claimed it was a one and done deal for her. But presto forward a couple of times, she met Young Jeezy. They had an immediate connection that was so strong that neither one of them indeed tried to front or deny that they were attracted to each other. They went on their first date only a few days after meeting for the first time, and the date was fire. They shut down a sushi eatery for hours, and when they left, they did not want the date to end, so they went salsa dancing. The entire date ended up lasting further than 8 hours. So I walk, and I sit down, and 4 hours later we shut down the sushi eatery. We had the most amazing deep talk about our topmost assignments in life. Our topmost miscalculations. It was super vulnerable, right? So also after that, he looks at me and he is like, yo, you wanna? Like, I do not know. I do not want to go home. Do you want to go salsa dancing with me? They started dating officially a couple of days after that. And it was all sun and roses because we got to see a cute, vulnerable side of Jeezy that we did not frequently see. I have to tell you that getting to know Jay, you guys know him as Jeezy, he is Jay to me. Getting to know him has been one of the most beautiful gestures of my life. Y'all know how Jeannie swore that marriage was not her thing, and that she was never going to get wedded again. Well, it did not take a lot of trouble from Jeezy to change her mind. And when he proposed to her after less than 2 times of courting, she was more than happy to say yes. They got married in 2021. And their relationship continued to blossom. Effects were so cute for them, and again, Jeezy managed to move Jeannie to give up another one of her principal's kitties. Less than a time into their marriage, he induced her to have kitties with him, and she got pregnant and ate their son, Monaco, in 2022. Now it was at this point that people started transferring advising signals to Jeannie, asking her to be careful with Jeezy because he did not exactly have a great track record with his other baby mas. His baby mas do not really like him all that much, and if they are not dragging him to court for failing to pay child support, he is calling them broke and empty. So people wanted Jeannie to be careful, especially since it looked like he was the one who dragooned her into having kitties. But also, she always claimed that effects were just perfect between them and claimed that she just knew that they were meant to be together. We are grown. We are in our 40s. And what I suppose is that God ever managed our timing so that we spent time after our long-term relationship. We both came from 10-time connections, and we really worked on ourselves to really understand what healthy love is like. She was obviously obsessed with her son, and she indeed claimed that she was open to the idea of having further kiddies with Jeezy down the line. On the surface, effects were perfect between them. They had the perfect little family and were open to making further babies. They were both doing well in their careers and stuff like that. So imagine how shocked we were when we aimlessly set up out that Jeezy filed for divorce from Jeannie out of the blue. Well, it was arbitrary to us, and to Jeannie as well. But it was not the same for Jeezy because it turns out that he has been planning the divorce for months. The wild part about this is that indeed, though Jeezy knew that he was planning to leave Jeannie, he did not say anything to her for months. According to blurted court documents, he first drafted the divorce papers back in June and indeed had it inked and inked back also, which means that he'd known for at least 3 months that he was leaving her, and he never said anything until he officially filed this September. In trust, Jeannie had no idea she was being served divorce papers because a few days before he filed, she made a cute post on Instagram with her baby celebrating the success of Jeezy's new book. She wrote, "Moment I celebrate a remarkable corner achieved by my hubby Jeezy, whose bioadversity for trade has soared to the New York Times bestsellers list. This moment is not just a testament to your rooted chops, baby, but a recognition of your capability to inspire through the power of lyre. I am endlessly thankful for your voice in this world, recognized to walk beside you, my love." So what on earth could force Jeezy to file from such a probative woman? There are a lot of reasons that the internet is running wild with. Lil Miss probative woman was allegedly cheating on Jeezy during their marriage. Do y'all flash back when she made this super controversial comment? "You dated black guys. Loved black guys, yeah? See, y'all. I did. But for me, dark, mean on the side. White keeps me mean and lean, you know? That is why I married a white man. That is what I like." Well, turns out that she was not joking when she said that because allegedly she was cheating on Jeezy with her co-host Mario Lopez. Suckers have noticed that these two are relatively handsy with each other, so the scuttlebutt that they were sneaking around with each other is not each that shocking. I mean, just take a look at this videotape. "Hi, I am with my girl Jeannie Mai. First day at the job, guys. A proud Vietnamese girl. We are both first generation. I am gonna have her hook me up with some Vietnamese. I know a little bit. Ah, is it just me, or is it kind of giving Amy Robach and TJ Holmes?" So this is why numerous people believe this kind of explains why Jeezy decided to serve her with divorce papers out of the blue without any previous discussion. And as if that was not enough, he also decided to be petty by throwing some shade at her on Instagram when he posted this picture of himself and said to concentrate on who I am getting to concentrate on who is not coming with me. But actually, piecemeal from that, we cannot forget that Jeezy has a veritably bad track record with his mates, and he dips whenever a baby comes into the equation. Jeezy has multiple kiddies by different women, so for Jeannie to also have anticipated him to be in a long-term, faithful, monogamous relationship was a bit insane. Also, he was preliminarily arrested in 2012 because he physically attacked his son, who was just 15 times old at the time. Also, the way he met Jeannie is kind of sus too. So at the time Jeezy met Jeannie, he was engaged to an Ethiopian musician named Malik. They indeed had a son together. But this relationship suddenly ended in 2018, right around the time he started dating Jeannie. Anyways, the internet is in shambles over this drama, and they left commentary saying Jeannie Mai was smashing Mario Lopez and let that man kiss her baby on public TV. Bold. Jeezy inked his divorce papers on June 15th, and on June 18th, he was sharing in Father's Day family time and indeed hosted a Father's Day party with Jeannie. That is kind of scary. So turns out Jeezy filed for divorce since June of this time, and he was busy making breakfast for Jeannie and their baby on Father's Day, knowing sharp well he wanted to disjoin her. That man is full of dishonesty because this just shows he really wanted to hurt her. This situation is a hot, stinking mess, and I know we have not heard the last of it. But I want to know what y'all suppose about this. Do you suppose that Jeezy was justified in blindsiding Jeannie if she really did cheat on him?